Hey, what's going on, everybody? Financial Fitness Friday. Dave and John coming at you a little bit late. That was on me. I was able to get an adjustment because my back's been really messed up. Dave, how's it going, brother?
Going great, brother. How are you?
I'm going nuts not being able to work out or play hockey. I can tell
Gonna
you
back you out of me.
Yeah, it's not good. All right, so I want to talk about increasing revenue, both from a business standpoint and from a personal standpoint. All right. And there's really a couple ways that you can do that. You can, from a business standpoint, increase your value, okay, to increase your prices or sell more, right, or add other products or services. And everyone has understood with the inflation rising prices. One of the things that people don't get is you can't just arbitrarily, well, you can do whatever you want. That's the freedoms that we have here. But you have to think about it this way. If you are just arbitrarily raising your prices, okay, with no explanation, that's going to turn clients off. What I've always tried to do is if I'm going to raise prices, one, communicate the reason why, and then two, offer more value. Maybe it's a little bit more of, a consultation, okay? And then the other way to do this is obviously to sell more and on the client acquisition side. However, most people don't realize that all three of those things tie in together. Meaning, if you are giving more value, even if you're charging more, and people are walking away feeling happier, that is also going to help you and allow you to sell to more people because you're going to build raving fans. You are going to build people that had a great experience and they want to recommend you to their friends or other people that you can help. All right. That is vital. So on a business standpoint, you should always be looking at how you can improve those three: raise prices, add more value, bring on more clients. That's always how you're going to increase revenue. Okay. Unless you want to go and figure out another service that you're not offering and vertically integrate a different offering to your clients, right? Because if you have the same clients, right, you just have other things that you can help them with. That's also adding more value. All right, Dave, you got anything on the business aspect of this?
Yeah, man, and I'm glad like when you started out how you dove into increasing revenue, and I'm looking at something huge here. Man, we could do a whole show on this alone, but audit your time. You know what I mean? And I think too many people overlook that stuff. Where you get sucked into doing shit that doesn't produce revenue. How much time do you spend? So time, like you ever read this?
I actually ordered that. Yeah.
Dude, I don't like reading. I've read probably a couple hundred books, and there's probably five I would only read over and over again. And that one just got added to the list, man. You know
Okay.
what I mean? Dude, you're gonna love it. But anyway, guys, like audit your time, man. There's a difference between spending time and investing time. Right. So what are you investing that time in? So spend that time, right? Delegate that to other things. It's important to audit, transfer, and fill. And again, like I'm not going to throw out the whole book there, but a lot of times to increase that, what's your money making activities? What are you great at within your own walls? What are you doing that you have no business doing that you can invest to somebody else to do? Right. So now you're creating more time for money making activities. And I think that's something huge that a lot of people, me included, right? That business owners, anybody increasing revenue can always get better at is auditing that time aspect.
Yeah. And I want to just add one other thing to that. Okay. Think about what you make currently this year. All right. I don't care if it's 100,000, a million, half a million, whatever that looks like. And then figure out how many hours you work and figure out what you get paid per hour. Okay. And any task that can be done under that amount. If you're $100 an hour person and you're working on $20 an hour tasks, that's something that needs to get hired out right away. Okay. And that's a really good way to kind of separate what you should be focusing on versus what you need to hire and delegate. That's tremendous. And same thing goes in your personal life. I'll give you an example. for me, I'm not going to mow my lawn. If it takes me an hour to mow my lawn, but I can hire somebody to do it 4 times a month for the same cost of it would be me doing once, that's something I need to hire out. Okay, so this does bleed into your personal tasks as well. Always keep that in mind, because the more time you spend on money-making activities that only you can do, the more you're going to earn and the more of an impact you're going to make. Okay, and now I want to do this because we're late. We'll break this down in a whole nother one, but from a personal standpoint, okay, same thing. How do you increase your revenue? Well, you can either become way more valuable at what you're doing at work. Okay, how do you do that? You take courses, you teach yourself, you learn skills. Okay, and then 2, you work more efficiently. And then the third one, which everybody was a huge trend, is obviously start a quote unquote side hustle or a side business. All right. That's really the 3 avenues to increase your revenue from a personal standpoint, besides investing, right? Obviously, if you invest in a piece of property and it positively cash flows, let's say $500 a month, you just obviously increased your revenue $500 a month. So you got 4 ways to do it from your personal standpoint. You got 4 ways to do it in your business standpoint. As you're doing those things, always think to reduce your expenses or lower your expenses. Why? Because all you're going to do is improve your cash flow and bring more to your bottom line. Dave, what do you got to on that?
Yeah, man. I mean, don't be afraid. Like, I love when you said side hustle there, because a lot of people, man, there's always a barrier of entry coming in, and usually it's money, right? So, Gary V, for example, is a big proponent of that. You've seen videos of him going around Jersey and going to yard sales and buying things and then selling. That guy's worth millions of dollars, and he still hustles that, right? Find your baby stuff. You know what I'm saying? Put it on Facebook Marketplace. You'd be surprised how many people, what you think is junk, as to what people would buy. Now, does that take time too? Yes. But if there's those of you out there that are coming in as a start with a barrier of entry to get in, we're not talking if you're established. Even if you're established, you could still do that stuff anyway. But, that's a great start. You think it's trash, somebody could need that, My kids are getting older, man, so a lot of baby stuff is just getting liquidated. Like, quick, get it out of here. It's a freaking space taker.
That's funny. Well, guys, do us a favor. Share this with someone that needs to hear it. Like it, comment on it, please. We bring this to you every single week. Dave, thank you, brother. We'll see you on Mindset Monday.
Be great, y'all.